I wanted to start out showing a picture. This is the woman who was beaten in the Cincinnati beatdown. She shared pictures with Congressman Bernie Moreno, a Republican from Ohio. This is what happened to her face. There's several pictures I'm going to show you from the Cincinnati beatdown, which now appears to be it's from day one appeared to be perhaps racially motivated. All black people attacking whites. It's more vicious than you think. Look at this. You can see her face is just all yellowized and black and blue. Her throat. You'll see her chest in a moment. She's been to the hospital twice. The FBI is now investigating this in conjunction with the Cincinnati Police Department. You see brutally how brutally this woman is beating and not beaten. And now we learned late today that a city councilwoman, Cincinnati city councilwoman, right there, Leona Alia Lacajon, says, "Oh no, that's not her." The city councilwoman Victoria Parks, forgive me, uh, Victoria Park City Council member says they begged for that beatdown. You can see it on the social media post I'm showing you. I'm grateful for the whole story. She is grateful, and she thinks the white people, including that woman you just saw, begged for that beatdown. Here she is again. Let's see. She begged for the beatdown. There she is. This is what she begged for, according to a Democrat. She's a Democrat, city councilwoman. That's what she begged for, and it was. She's grateful. This woman right here is grateful for it. She's happy about it. That city councilwoman in Cincinnati, which is in Hamilton County. She's the former commissioner of Hamilton County, former chief of staff to the Hamilton County commissioner, and she, like all 9 members of the governing body of Hamilton County and Cincinnati, was endorsed by the local Democrat Party. So there you go. So these people were almost killed. They're almost beaten to death. And if they died, would that be good too? Would you be grateful for that too? Would you have said they begged for that beat down to death? And such. And is it because they deserve it because they're white, city councilwoman? She hasn't replied. Daily Mail's reached out to them, Fox News, everybody in the world is reaching out to them. Their hate and their, apparent racism is shining brightly. Her official city biograph page, that's city councilwoman, Victoria Parks, says she led the charge in passing racism is a public health crisis as a public health crisis. Racism, public health. Does this looks like a public health crisis to me? And perhaps it is racism, black on white, because this is an entire black group of people, a mob of thugs that attacked a couple of white people. Now, if it was a couple of black people attacked by a mob of whites, a mob of white thugs, how big of a news story would this be? CNN, which isn't doing anything on it, would be doing stuff about it. MSNBC, which isn't undoubtedly doing anything about it, would be doing something all about it. All the major news networks would be too, but they're not. It doesn't make it any less of a horrific crime. The number two at the Justice Department, Harmeet Dillon, I follow her. She follows me. She's the assistant U.S. attorney. She announced that she's investigating this, and the DOJ is investigating this, and they're looking into it as a possible hate crime, which is very good. Unlike the fake hate crime, unlike the fake Michael Brown, that attempted cop killer, the guy who tried to kill a cop with his bare hands, that thug from Ferguson, Missouri, who died, and the whole lie ensued. Hands up, don't shoot, which really was hands up, don't loot. Barack Hussein Obama went to went to his funeral, or whatever, and had the Justice Department investigated as if there was something there. There was nothing there. They said the cop did his job properly. The thug, Michael Brown, the web of his finger right here, or the web between his thumb and his fingers, had the gun, the striking pin from the gun that hit right on it as he was trying to grab the cop's gun and yank it out of his hand in the squad car as the cop was sitting in the squad car. So anyway, in this case, this would be this is a very serious case. This is a blatant beatdown, and these people are victims. It's heinous. Here is a detective in his testimony today. What I love is this is being put out in open court, and we're being able to watch this now. The white heat of the world and of their state and their city and of the United States and the Justice Department and the Trump White House is all focusing on this. Here's a detective saying how these thugs were collaborating in like saying, "You go there, I'll go there, and we'll go around there and we'll beat the hell out of them from this angle at the same time." By the way, a witness told Fox 19 Now, which is the Fox News, Fox affiliate there in Cincinnati, A witness said they saw him, one of the thugs. He was intoxicated. He was arguing with one of the white people that were beating the hell out of, almost to death. And the argument happened, and then the black thug guy left, went and got a whole bunch of thugs, and then came back, and that's how you had a mob. It was not spontaneous. He went and got a group of thugs. Now this guy has a tremendous rap sheet. This guy is the worst of the 5 thugs, uh, or is it 6? I think it's 5. 3 of them have been taken into custody. 2 of them are wanted, and they're the police apprehension unit. There's a team they have to hunt down violent people that are wanted, and they're doing that right now. And they say they're going to get them. The FBI is probably helping with that too. They're going to get them fast. We're going to drag those sons of bleeps, those dirtbags in, those terrorists. Anyway, one of the chief guy here appears to be a man named Merriweather, and he has an extensive criminal history. So you can see what kind of a thug and a criminal this guy is. In December of 2008, he was convicted of aggravated robbery. Also faced robbery, aggravated burglary, kidnapping charges also stemming from the same incident. Those charges were dropped, were later dismissed, but he was convicted of aggravated robbery in that whole transaction. Since 2019, he has been charged with things like felonious assault, domestic violence, receiving stolen property, possessing weapons while on disability, carrying weapons in a motor vehicle as a felon. Also has 3 previous felony convictions, which were drug related. This is who a city council member, a Democrat, says she is whatever, is enjoying it. She here we go. I'm gonna requote her. This is who she says they begged for the beatdown and grateful the whole story. She loves thugs with massive, horrible felony rap sheets, violence, domestic violence. I love you. Beat the hell out of them. I'm grateful for it. They beg for that. I love felons. Hunt down people and kill them. I love this. This is sick. The head of the Cincinnati FOP, Fraternal Order of Police, says this: it's unconscionable that an elected official would be celebrating violence in the very city she voted to serve. Amen to that. But the other 2 thugs that were arrested, Merriweather has a $500,000 bond. Matthews is the second one. He has Montanez Merriweather's 34. He's got a $500K bond. 24-year-old Dakira Vernon, she has a $200,000 bond. I think she's the one who punched and knocked out punched that woman in the back of the head. And then the man, I don't know if it's Merriweather, who punched that woman in the face. These are sick terrorist thugs. And then another guy, Matthews. I can't find his first. Jermaine Matthews. He's on a $100,000 bond as well. So, here's some other things too. This was in the courtroom, the discussions between the detective and the judge. Detective says, we do have on video Merriweather walking up to a co-defendant. He whispers something to him that he walks back behind the victim. We have Mr. Merriweather coming up behind the victim, striking him in the side of the face from behind. Detective says, a judge says, is this a kind of a surprise attack? Would you say this was a surprise attack? Detective says this is kind of like an ambush, almost like it was a setup in a certain way. Merriweather and the co-defendant, later identified as Matthews, were seen chasing the victims like terrorist thugs as they were trying to retreat. And once the victims were on the ground, once they were on the ground, they began to punch and kick them, and they stomped their heads into the concrete too. So these people need to see 20, 30 plus year sentences. And attempted murder are some of the charges the DOJ is looking at. And you put them in jail in a federal prison for 30 years, where they barely get any time for time off for being for good time served, or whatever you call it, for being good. Let's move over to Sydney Sweeney. This is so much fun. Let's play the Crazy Leftists. I love them. We have a whole bunch of new ones. We have 3 new Crazy Leftists today to share with you. Let's start with this lady who says I'm brown, and as I was a child, I was always tried to be white or whatever like that. Oh, let me make something before I forget. I want to tell you about Beyonce. There's a picture, and I should have pulled it in for today's show. There's a picture of Beyonce that I have retweeted on my feed, and it shows Beyonce dyed all of her hair blonde, remember? and she is voluptuous with her breastises, just like Sydney Sweeney, kind of hanging out a little bit or a lot. And she's like laying in this pose, and she's wearing tight denim, just like Sydney Sweeney, with blonde hair. Trigger, trigger. Oh wait, no, it's Beyonce, so she can do that because she's black. What? No, 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 no. It's all the same thing. Let's play some of these leftists, though. Here is this chick who says she's had psychological problems since she was little because she, as she says in her own words, I have brown skin.
I really wasn't going to weigh in on this, but here we go. It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted.
So this chick needs therapy. It sounds like a you problem. Ma'am, you need intensive therapy. Go get some help. It's a you problem. Let's hear the rest of what she says, though, because it's just fun to walk down this path and listen to what she says.
Being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting. There's a lot of rhetoric right now online about the political ideologies that this represents, and I don't discount that, but for me, I can't help but think about the 13-year-old brown girl who gets all her denim at American Eagle, who already struggles to see her beauty and worth in a world that continues to value white, Eurocentric beauty standards.
All right, honey, you need a therapist. Just like Nurse Jill, Dr. Jill, she needs a therapist because she went and got a fake doctoral type of a thing. Well, she got a doctoral degree, but her whole thing was riddled with errors, her doctoral thesis statement. Look it up. It's horrible. Because she was tired of being Mrs. Joe Biden. All she needed to do is get some help. She needed to get some pastoral counseling and some actual counseling about self-worth and self-identity. And it's a you problem, just like this chick right here. It's a you problem.
Beauty standards, which I naively thought by this point we would have moved the needle on. And this girl is now wishing she too could wake up with blonde hair and blue eyes. It took me so long, too long in my life to look in the mirror and see beauty. And I hate that that continues to be a shared experience for young brown girls in this country.
Oh, there you go. Go get some help. All right, but let's go. These two are the really comical ones. Oh wait, no, no, no. First of all, Dunkin' Donuts just released a new ad. Dunkin' Donuts is talking about jeans, and they got a male, he happens to be white, model who is hot. And listen to this guy. It's all the same thing. It's unashamed, unafraid, I'm hot, and you want me. Too bad. Screw you. No apologies. And you got the left, who you're hearing more of, that are trying to bring you back. They're trying to guilt you, shame you, ridicule or attack you, make you feel ashamed, cancel you. Like the accuser. Like Satan downstairs. That's who these people literally are trying to tear us down and shame us when they're the ones that have a problem. Here's Dunkin' Donuts, a new trigger one. This is going to make them more mad. Listen to this guy. He's actually from Dallas, where I'm at in DFW.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher, it's like the sun just finds me. So if sipping these refreshers makes me the king of summer, guilty as charged.
Oh boy, he's got the genes. Trigger alert, trigger alert. Now here is another leftist. This one, I tweeted out about this. My tweet's going to be funnier than the way I say it, but she's talking like this, and she's like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So massive, she's like a young college chick probably. So this is like when you're in college and you see some chick, maybe you meet her at a party, you go out to coffee or meet her at a party, and she's like talking like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and she's got a nose ring, and then she's a leftist, and she's all whatever. These are major red flags. Stay away from massive alarms. What do you call it? Massive red flags. Run like heck from this chick if you're dating somebody in college. These are the one of these classic ones you run away from. Here you go.
Someone who grew up in a very rural Appalachian town and wanted to escape all of the sentiments that entails, this Sydney Sweeney commercial is so embarrassing. Unfortunately, you can't argue with people who tout those beliefs because they lack critical thinking skills.
We lack critical thinking skills.
So
It's like 80% of America. We lack critical thinking skills. Okay, thank you. We're stupid. You're smart. Okay.
I think we should just start shaming them instead. You are an embarrassment, Sydney Sweeney. Go back to school or do some ayahuasca or something because that brain ain't braining too well, is it, girl?
Okay, so there you go. Very, very cringe. Kind of like what the Democrats are doing, trying to make people laugh or be hip, and it's like not working. Here, by the way, I didn't know this. The American Eagle CEO, he and his family have ties with the Trumps. They've been members of, as the Wall Street Journal reported, they've been members of the Mar-a-Lago for decades, and their son's wedding was at Mar-a-Lago. Ruh-roh. Also, by the way, you have this headline from the Daily Mail. No. This headline from Babylon Bee. Federal judge orders Sydney Sweeney to gain 100 pounds and get one of those butch haircuts. Sounds about right. ESPN writer. This is a black ESPN woke writer. He writes this on Blue Sky, showing how woke he is. I didn't think anything of the Sydney Sweeney ads, but then the actual scholars, all caps, on messaging, eugenics, and fascism, all caps, explained what was going on. Then, yes, I understood and became pretty mortified. They say, hey, sometimes, all caps, it's good to listen to experts. So he doesn't say who these experts are. Isn't that so funny? Experts. Hey, the experts. Trust the science. Get the vaccine. Trust the experts. Oh no, the COVID vaccine was not from the Wuhan lab. No, it wasn't funded by Dr. Fauci. He also tweeted this out, or blue skied this out, which that's such a sad place to be. But I'm just happy that these AE ads, American Eagle ads, are making it safe for conventionally attractive blue-eyed blonde women to be accepted by society again. They're no longer the scourges of society they once were. Finally, all caps, he wrote. So anyway, I guess it's they still think it's okay to attack people because they're white, and well, you tie that in with Cincinnati and that vile attack. Celebrated by a Democrat city councilwoman and former head of the government there in the county. Pretty scary stuff, but we know these things. But when you see them and hear them, it's pretty eye opening. Trump is winning. Trump is winning big time, and don't let me say that. First, we got the news coming out today that the GDP grew 3%. The Economist interview by the Wall Street Journal predicted it would be 2.3%. No, it was 3. The headline in the Journal today: U.S. economy rebounds in second quarter. We also find out today Trump announces a major trade deal with South Korea, $350 billion in investment, including $100 billion purchase of liquefied natural gas and other energy products. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung will visit the White House within the next 2 weeks. South Korea will accept American products, cars, trucks, agriculture to its markets, and impose no import duties on them, winning. The head of Hyundai, which also runs Kia, and Samsung were here today to close the deal because Trump wins. He has reset the entire table for the entire world in trading with us. And he has said, you are blessed to be with us. We control the power. We're your friends, but you've been ripping us off. The new norm for every country out there is 15%. The revenues are insane. Now, here's also some headlines. This is Jerry Baker, who does not like, he's not a big Trump guy. He doesn't like Trump at all, but he's a conservative, quote unquote, but he's like a rhino type. But he's a columnist in the Wall Street Journal. He says, if Trump's tariffs are so bad, where's the recession? It goes on and on. And then Walter Russell Mead, also not a big Trump fan, not a Trump fan. He says this today: Trump's trade deal triumphs. I won't get into the details of it, but the point is, and then Greg Ip, a longtime doubter of Trump's in the Journal as well. He has been writing recently about the successes of Trump and admitting that actually he's winning. So it's unreal what Trump's doing. He's remaking the entire game, and he saw something that many didn't. And the tariffs are incredible. And in fact, we've pulled in on the tariffs so far. I'm going to play some audio in a minute from fake news CNN and from CNBC praising Trump. CNN eating its words. We'll play that one for you in a second. But we've pulled in about through July, tariffs brought in about $28 billion, and they're looking at cutting checks from some of the revenues of the tariffs. I don't think we should. Those tariffs are all supposed to go towards our debt. interest on our debt alone exceeds our defense spending, we're going to be Greece. So no, we shouldn't get this money back. Of course, I'd love to get it's 600 per adult and 600 per child. So like it'd be 1,200 for my wife and I for my wife and me. I don't know if my kids would still count. They live here. They go to school. They might count. So it could be 2,400 bucks for us. But it's just it needs to go to the debt. So no, we should not do that. That's not okay. That's being foolish and buying votes. We don't need to buy votes. But nonetheless, here is fake news CNN Abby Phillip 4 months ago saying how Trump's tariff war is going to be a disaster. It's ruining the country.
Palpable panic on Wall Street, red numbers and worries about something else that starts with an R, recession.
What we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time. It takes a little time.
He's talking about that period of transition is what he's talking about is his firm belief that tariffs are going to be the main way that the United States brings in revenue. Never mind what they do to the prices that people actually pay when they purchase goods.
Yeah, how's it been working out for 4 months, huh? Yeah, winning, eating their words. Enjoy. Here's Rick Santelli and the folks over at Squawk Box this morning praising Trump.
The left and people that don't like the president and don't want things to work. And, like Senator Elizabeth Warren will come on and say, inflation's out of control and the economy is getting killed by what's happening by these tariffs. This 3% with the market at new highs, and really we haven't seen inflation, go up back to 3%. Maybe it will this week. Maybe we'll see it. But none of these horrible things have happened, but they still talk like it's happening. It's amazing.
Well, there's an important lesson there. Don't pick a congressman to be your money manager. That's what I would say. But in the end, Congress has their own reasons to point out certain things. And the Democrats, of course, as you pointed out, really don't want to see the current administration have some success. But there's no doubt that this is some success. We're seeing more horsepower. We're seeing better equities. Inflation really hasn't changed much in the last year or so.
Are you getting tired of winning? Do you have trouble going to bed at night because there's so much winning happening? You have FOMO. Do you have trouble like when you get up? You know how you get up an hour, 2 or 3 before your normal when your alarm's supposed to go off, and you're like, dude, I need more sleep. I got to go back to bed. But you wake up and you go, there's so much winning, I don't want to miss it. FOMO again? Like what's going on Twitter where I can see all the winning? Isn't it hard? Is it getting hard for you? Hang in there, because there's going to be a lot more winning to come.